Hello, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. My name's Hussein. Happy to be with you. Happy to be with me. And yeah, today I kind of got interested in doing these top 10 lists, kind of like Dave Letterman used to do these top 10 lists. And so the last one I did was top 10 Islamic arguments against perfect preservation of the Quran. And today I'm doing top 10 Islamic reasons a Muslim cannot discard the Hadith. I know, especially in America, a lot of people are embarrassed about the Hadith with good reason. And so they want to just say they're Quran only. Well, there's lots of reasons, lots of Islamic reasons that you are not allowed to do that. Hey, Tiger, God bless you, brother. So, your friends here, Tiger. So, yeah, so I'm just going to look at 10 reasons. Well, actually, I'm going to look at 13 reasons why a Muslim cannot get rid of the Hadith. You're joined at the hip with the Hadith. You're stuck with it. It belongs to you, and it is all yours. Even the king of Saudi Arabia, or the crown prince, Muhammad bin Salman, he wanted to get rid of the Hadith. He said, let's just get rid of this. Let's get rid of 99.999999999% of the Hadith. Let's just keep 100 Hadith. And those 100 that they kept were bad enough, but he wanted to get rid of it. He went to Al-Azhar, which is like the Vatican of Sunni Islam, and they said, sure, you could throw it away. So yeah, get rid of the Hadith, please, because I think they must spend millions of dollars trying to reinterpret, trying to come up with something to mask the fact that the Hadith is a very important part. In fact, it's one of the pillars that Islam is based on. Islam is based on the Hadith, the Sirah, the Sunnah, the biography of Muhammad, and the Quran. And so you can't just get rid of one of the three pillars of that your religion is based on. They want to, because there's so many embarrassing things in it, but they can't, because it's part of Islam, the Hadith. And they tried by saying, okay, this is da'if, this is a weak Hadith, and this is it's not a total dependable Hadith, and this, you got this isnad, and you got this person in the isnad, and you got this and all this, the chain of narrators, and any way to get rid of the Hadith. They want to get rid of it, okay, but you can't. And I'm going to show you top 10 reasons. No, it's not the top 10, but 10. Actually, I'm going to show you 13 reasons why Muslims cannot get rid of the Hadith. Okay, and these are all Islamic reasons. None of it is from my head or anything like that. Okay, so let's look at the top 10. Okay, let's start with, let me see, do I have number 10 here? Okay, 7, I think it's 6, 4, 1. Oops, I think I'm missing one. Let me go back and get it. Okay. Okay, we're going to do it like Dave Letterman used to do it. Dave Letterman had the top 10 every night. So this is my David Letterman top 10. Okay, so, here's the number 10 reason why Muslims cannot get rid of the Hadith, okay? It says, but know by your Lord, they can have no faith until they make you, Muhammad, blessings and peace of Allah be upon him, judge in all disputes between them, and find in themselves no resistance against your decisions, and accept them with full submission. Okay, so you have to look at all the things that Muhammad decides that you have to accept. Number one, Muhammad has to be based on Muhammad is the judge, his judgment. So you got to know his judgment, his decisions. Okay. So you got to trust Muhammad's judgment and his decisions, and you got to have no resistance in yourself to them whatsoever. This is in the Quran now. Okay, so this isn't a hadith. It's not a sunnah. It's not some commentary. When the Quran embarrasses Abdul, they immediately run to the hadith for interpretation. Yet the Abdul say the Quran. That and they and then when the hadith is embarrassing, they say, no, we're Quran only. We don't believe in the hadith. Especially in America. We allowed them to get away with that. But you know what? In all honesty, if they're really following Islam, they are not allowed to get rid of it. They're stuck with it. It's around their necks like an albatross. They're stuck with the hadith. Okay. So anyway, here's one of the reasons right here. This verse in the Quran, chapter 4, verse 65. They have to know Muhammad's judgments and his decisions and accept them with no resistance and full submission. That's what the Quran says. So the problem, you guys, it says that you got to know Muhammad's decisions and Muhammad's judgment. Well, in the Quran, you don't have Muhammad's judgment and Muhammad's decisions. You don't have it in the Quran. The Quran is Allah's judgments and decisions. To know Muhammad's judgments and decisions, you have to read the Hadith. You have to have his words. And so you can't get rid of it, or else you can't obey this verse of the Quran. Okay? So that's number 10 reason why you can't get rid of the Hadith. No matter what you do, you cannot get rid of the Hadith. Here's another one. Okay, nor does he speak of his own desire, but it is a revelation revealed. This is Quran chapter 53, verse 3 and 4. So everything Muhammad says is revelation revealed. Everything Muhammad says is revelation revealed. You cannot do without Muhammad's words because it is a revelation revealed. Okay, and you know what? I'm kind of curious now to see in Arabic how this is, because I'm just curious to see. 3 and 4. Okay, nor does he speak. Okay, ma yuntuk an el hawa. Okay, he doesn't just speak from his own desire. Okay, in huwa illa wahi yuha. He says everything he says is from revelation that he received. So Muhammad's words are perfect revelation. You cannot throw them away. If they're revelation, you guys, wahi, the word in Arabic is wahi. Wahi means revelation, which is the same word that's used for the Quran, the inspiration, that thing that used to come on him. And so all his words are equal to the Quran because they're wahi. Everything he said when he cursed that orphan girl and said she's gonna die before she gets old, that was wahi. That's inspiration. Okay, so there's 2 reasons why you cannot get rid of the Hadith. What Muhammad says is equal to the Quran in terms of revelation. Look at it again. He does not speak of his own desire, but a revelation revealed. Everything Muhammad said, okay, when he told some guy to go bite his father's private parts, when he said something, everything is wahi, it's revelation. So you can't throw it away. You can't just say, oh, I don't want it. It'd be nice. The king of Saudi Arabia is in agreement with you. Al Azhar University is in agreement with you. They want to get rid of the Hadith, but you can't. You're stuck with it. Okay? So Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Vigo Bond. God bless you, Tiger, Michelle. And okay, let's look at the number 8 reason why you're straddled, you're stuck with the hadith. You can't get rid of it, no matter what. Okay, here's number 8 reason. Oops, sorry. Okay, this is from Imam Ishaq bin Rawah. Okay, this is a guy, Rahawa, Rahawi. Okay, Imam Ishaq ibn Rahawi said, whoever hears a report from the Messenger of Allah, okay, Allah's blessing be, that he accepts as being sound, then rejects it, not by way of dissimulation when he has no choice because of a threat, is a disbeliever. So if you hear something Muhammad said and it's sound, it's a sound revelation, okay, meaning it's sahih or hasan, and then rejects it, like this, everybody who's saying that they are Quran only Muslims, they're rejecting the report from Muhammad. So you're rejecting something Muhammad said. Now, you guys, this report from the messenger, you have no report from the messenger in the Quran. The Quran is only Allah's words. Okay, the Quran is only Allah's words. You want a report from the messenger, you have to read the hadith, because that's Muhammad's words. Okay, so if you hear one of these acceptable Hasan or Sahih hadiths, and then you reject it, look what Imam Ishaq ibn Rahawi Rahawaya says. He says that person, whoever hears and then rejects it, is disbeliever. He's a disbeliever. You're a disbeliever. The word in Arabic for disbeliever is kafir. You're a kafir if you reject the hadith. You're kafir if you reject what Muhammad said. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So there you go, you guys. There's 3 reasons why Muslims are stuck with the hadith. They cannot get rid of it, no matter what it says, because if they do, they are disbelievers. They are kafirs. You're a kafir when you let go of the hadith, according to this imam, and not just this imam. Okay, according to the Quran itself. Okay, so let's look at the number 7 reason. Okay, okay. You should, now this is from Miftah al-Jannah في الاحتجاج بالسنة. Okay, Miftah al-Jannah, you guys, means the key to paradise. This is the key to heaven, is this book, okay? And this is what it says. All right, it says, you should understand, may Allah have mercy on you, that whoever denies that the hadith of the prophets constitute shar'i evidence, that's legal evidence, whether he denies a report that speaks of something that the prophet said or did, if the hadith fulfills the conditions stipulated, al-usul al-hadith, you know, that it's got the right chain of narrators, the person who denies it has committed an act of disbelief. Disbelief is kufr, and that puts him beyond the bounds of Islam. Wow, you're not even a Muslim if you deny the hadith, according to this. You're not even a Muslim if you deny the Hadith. Beyond the bonds of Islam, the bounds of Islam. Okay? And he will be gathered on the day of resurrection with the Jews and Christians, or with whomever Allah wills of the disbelieving groups. Wow. So you're on Judgment Day going to be considered a Jew or a Christian if you don't accept the Hadiths. You deny the Hadiths, you're going to be considered like a Jew and Christian. And you know what it says about Jews and Christians? It says that Allah is going to put all the sins of the Muslims on our backs and send us to hell for the Muslims. That's what the Hadith says. The Qudsi Hadith says Allah is going to put all the sins of the Jews, of the Muslims, on the Jews and Christians and send them to hell. So that's what's going to happen to you if you're a Muslim who doesn't believe in the Hadith. If you're a Muslim who says, "Oh, I don't accept Hadith," well, you know, the Marian says, I told some truths about it in this British channel, so I'm welcome. Awesome. So I'm hate speech shamer on Marian. Hey, we gotta speak the truth while we can. Time is short. The Antichrist is coming. Kamala Harris, Antichrist is coming. So, okay, here's the number 6 reason why you cannot divest yourself of the Hadith. It's an albatross around your neck, you're stuck with it. Okay? Al-Alama Ibn al-Wazir. Okay, now this guy's a big guy, guys. This is a very important person here. Let me just, I just want to, okay. Ibn al-Wazir was a Yemeni Hadith scholar. He wrote rebuttals of Shiite Jafari school and then penned massive defense of Muhammad's Sunnah. That's the biographies. He lived between 840, so he's like about 200 years after Muhammad. Yeah, he died like in 1436. Okay, so very highly regarded, very respected. Look what he says. The ruling on someone who rejects Sahih Hadith. Okay, does the one who rejects a Hadith become a disbeliever? Okay, this. One of the brothers rejects some Sahih Hadiths are narrated in Al-Bukhari, Muslim, and elsewhere on the grounds that they contradict the Quran. What is the ruling? Okay, so this guy was asking this question, and this is what Al-Wazir said. Rejecting the Hadith of the Messenger of Allah when one is aware that this Hadith constitutes blatant disbelief. Blatant disbelief. Blatant means kufr, means you're a kafir. If you disregard, if you reject the Hadith, you are a kafir. Okay, so yeah. This is Ibn al-Wazir, very highly regarded in Islamic circles. And listen to what he says. It says, rejecting the Hadith of the Messenger when one is aware that it is his Hadith constitute blatant kufr, disbelief. Okay, so you're going to go to hell, the Jews and Christians. Okay. It's a number 6 reason. Okay. Now we read the number 7 reason. Okay. Miftah al-Jannah, right? Okay. Let's look at the number 5 reason why Muslims cannot get rid of the Hadith. Number 5, the one who denies that we should follow the sunnah is a disbeliever. He's a disbeliever because he is expressing disbelief in Allah and his messenger and rejecting the consensus of the Muslims. Now, this is for all the American Quran only, the Quranists who reject the Hadith. The book is the same book. It's Fatawa al-Lajna Adamiyya. Okay, these are fatwa. This is a fatwa from the Council of the Humanities. Okay, and this is a fatwa, you guys. A fatwa is like a papal decree. It's like an Islamic papal decree. And so this consensus says the one who denies that we should follow the sunnah or the hadith is a disbeliever. They're kafirs. Okay, because they reject Allah, his messenger, and the consensus of the Muslims. Now, what's interesting is they're putting themselves on the same playing field, same level as Allah and the messenger, because it's consensus. Consensus is equal to Allah and his messenger. Consensus is equal to Allah and his messenger. Wow, that's a very interesting turn of events there. So, okay. Yesterday I heard someone, UK subject, who's scared to go back to the UK because he's afraid he may be arrested because of something he said on social media. Really? Wow. I tell you, the UK is they've got good reason to be afraid, because in the UK they are arresting people for thought crimes as we speak. Yeah, and it's anti-Christian. They're going against the Christians. So you know what? I'll tell you what, it's getting scary, man. All right, let's look at the number 4. Okay, the number 4 is from Imam Ahmed Hanbal. Okay, now this guy is super important. Remember that in Islam, in the Sunni Islam, there are 4 schools of Islam. It's Shafi'i, Hanbali, Hanafi, and what's the other one? Shafi'i, Hanbali, Hanafi, and shoot, I always forget one of them. I forgot it. But Hanbali is one of the most popular ones. Ahmed bin Hanbal. Okay, so this is that guy who's saying this. Allah said, may Allah have mercy on him, said, whoever rejects the hadith of the messenger of Allah is on the brink of doom. This is Imam Ahmed saying this, you guys. Whoever rejects the hadith is on the brink of doom or going to hell. It's that dangerous to reject the hadith. You can't just hey, Maliki, thank you, Orthodox Moor. Okay. Now I know Orthodox Moor does not accept the hadiths. Okay. But according to these guys, Orthodox Moor, they're saying that you're going to go to hell, so Maliki, that's right. Shafi'i, Maliki, Hanbali, Hanafi. Yes, thank you for reminding us. Good to see you, Orthodox Moor. Long time no see, man. I don't know if you'd like to come on, but if you'd like to come on, here I'll put the link. Okay, so this is Imam Ahmed, okay, Hanbali. Whoever rejects the hadith is on the brink of doom. Again, now I know there's lots, especially if you go to like Clubhouse. In Clubhouse, they got lots of these Quran only Muslims who reject the hadith. Well, rejecting the hadith, according to Imam Ahmed Hanbali, is the same as being a kafir. This fell off. This fell off. Put it back on. Excuse me a second, you guys. I have to do something here. No, I got it. Okay. So, yeah. So all of the Quran only Christian Muslims in America, you really, according to some of your top scholars here, you're really not allowed to do this. Okay. They said who I was to say homosexuality is wrong. They didn't believe Jesus is God. They did a lesson. Wow. I advise all Brits to speak their mind on the web like never before. Then what will two-tier Kier and company do? I tell you, it's yeah. England is so politically correct. It makes America look conservative. It makes Kamala Harris look conservative. All right. All right, let's look at the number 3 reason why Muslims are not allowed, they're not allowed to divest themselves of the Hadith. Okay, here's one. This is Sheikh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. You guys, this guy is huge. He is huge in among Islamic scholars. He's like one of the most respected, most highly regarded. And he's been called the father of modern terrorism. But he's super highly regarded, and his students are also very popular. I think Al-Qayyim is one of his students. So this is what he says: whatever the messenger, blessings and peace of Allah be upon, narrates from his Lord, it is obligatory to believe in it, whether we understand its meaning or not, because he is the most truthful one, namely the Prophet. Okay, whatever it says in the Quran and Sunnah, every believer must believe in it, even if he does not understand its meaning. Okay, this is Majmu' al-Fatawa. Okay, this is like the group of decrees of Islamic decrees. Okay, so it's not just talking about the Quran, it's also talking about the Sunnah, which includes like the Hadith and the biography of Muhammad. Sunnah means like the lifestyle, the actions of Muhammad and his words. Okay, but you don't have Muhammad's words in the Quran. The Quran commands you to follow. The Quran commands you to follow Muhammad's words without rejection. You have no resistance in yourself to what Muhammad says and does. This is in the Quran. Well, you don't know what Muhammad said because it's not in the Quran. They don't have Muhammad's words in the Quran. They have only Allah's words in the Quran. Muhammad's words are in the Hadith. Okay, and according to almost all of these scholars, you become a kafir. Do they become a kafir by rejecting Sahih Hadith or for rejecting Hasan and Da'if Hadith? That's a great question. If you look at some of these, let's just look at them again. Like number 10 here is by your Lord, they can have no faith until they make. Okay, this is from the Quran. Okay, this is from the Quran. So they make Muhammad the judge in all their disputes. So you got to know Muhammad's judgments, and you got to know Muhammad's decisions against your decisions. So Muhammad had judgments and decisions he made. You got to know them and follow them with no resistance. Okay, or else you have no faith. According to this is Quran now. This isn't Hadith. It says, But no, by your Lord, they can have no faith. They can have no faith. You have no faith until you make Muhammad judge in all your disputes. Well, what did Muhammad judge? What is Muhammad's judgment? What is Muhammad's decisions? You don't know. They're not in the Quran. The Quran is Allah's words, not Muhammad's words. Okay. So to know Muhammad's words and decisions, like this verse commands Muslims to do, you have to read the Hadith. Okay. And so nor does he speak of his own desire, but his revelation. This is Quran. Again, speaking about Muhammad's words. This isn't speaking about Allah, this is speaking about Muhammad's words. That means everything Muhammad said is divine revelation. Okay, so you can't just throw it all away. Okay, this is number 8. Whoever hears a report from the messenger, okay, that he accepts as being sound. Now, sound, okay, now that's not one of the classifications of hadith. Classifications are sahih, hasan, da'if, masnu', which is manufactured, okay. But this, or tawatur, or qudsi, different hadiths, this says, but this uses the word sound. So sound, I bet, could include sahih, of course, qudsi, of course, tawatur, mutawatir, and hasan. So all of those qualify as sound. And if a Muslim hears them and then rejects them, he's a disbeliever, according to this. This is Imam Ishaq ibn Rahawayh. Rahawiyah. I'm not sure exactly how to say his name. It's been transliterated into English, and sometimes when they transliterate into English, it's difficult to understand it. So, okay. So if you disbelieve those reports, he is a disbeliever. He's a kafir, according to this. So it's not just sahih, it's all sound. They use the word sound here. Okay, here's another one. Whoever hears a report from the messenger that he accepts as being sound, then rejects it, okay, is a disbeliever. Okay, it's the same one here. Okay, you should understand that Allah, whoever denies the hadith of the Prophet, constitute whether he denies a report that speaks of something that the Prophet said or did. You want to know what Muhammad said or did? Don't read the Quran. Read the Hadith, because you don't have what he said or did. Okay. Whether he denies the report, okay, said or did, if that Hadith fulfills the conditions stipulated, meaning, it's Sahih or Hasan or Tawatur, Mutawatir, or, Qudsi, has committed an act of disbelief that puts him beyond the bounds of Islam, and he will be gathered with the Jews and Christians, okay, on Judgment Day. So, you can make up your mind what that means. This is Al-Alama Ibn al-Wazir, again, very highly regarded. Rejecting the hadith of the messenger constitute blatant disbelief. Kufr means you're a kafir. Okay, so the one who denies that we should follow the sunnah is a disbeliever. Okay, the sunnah is like the hadith and the biography. But sunnah means his lifestyle, because he's expressing disbelief in Allah and his messenger and the consensus. Yeah. And you guys, our friend Truth Defender sent me a hadith here, and this isn't the hadith, this is a Quran verse. Okay. And very interesting. It says, listen to what it says. Have you not looked at the dominion of the heavens and the things that Allah has created? Does it ever occur to you that the end of their life may be near? Which hadith besides this Quran do they believe in? So there, and this is Quran 7:185, the Quran is also called the hadith. So the Quran is called the hadith. In Quran 39:23, again, the Quran is called the best hadith. Okay? You know, and if you know the Arabic, you guys, hadith is not just a word that is used about these books called hadith. This is a very common word in Arabic. It's a very common word that is used in normal colloquial Arabic language. In Arabic, when you tell somebody to say something to you, you can say hadithni, hadithni. Hadith, you know, hadith means say. Okay, so now we have somebody called Sony here, you guys. I don't know what. Let's bring him on. Hello, Sony.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Are you a Muslim?
Yeah,
You are a Muslim? Yeah. Where are you from?
1 minute, 1 minute.
Where?
1 minute, just wait.
Are you Ostrojig?
1 minute, huh? 1 minute.
بتحكي عربي? You speak Arabic? I think you're Ostrojig, to be honest. Okay, to be honest, I think you're Ostrojig. So I'm not going to be showing your camera
Hi.
just
Yeah,
because.
hello.
Are you Ostrojig?
No.
Okay, just because you did something naughty one time, so I'm not going to show your camera. Okay, if you're Ostrojig, I'm not sure what you are. Did you want to say something about the subject we're talking about?
No.
Did you want to say something?
I just want you to invite you to.
Okay, all right. Well, you're welcome to stay and listen. If you want to say something, you're free to. Okay.
I want to invite you to truth.
I'm sorry?
I want to invite you to truth, to accept one Allah and His Messenger.
One Allah?
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, I can't, you know, the Quran says there are many creators. You know, the Quran says there are many creators.
Yeah, I know the
You
verse
know?
you are talking about.
So are there many Allahs?
No.
Because it says Allah khair ahsan al-khaliqin. Ahsan al-khaliqin. Do you know what that means?
There is one. Qul huwallahu ahad, only one Allah. Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu.
Okay, you want to use that? That's chapter 112. That's the only verse most Muslims know in the Quran. Chapter 112. What does ahad mean? Do you know?
One.
Do you know the word when you say Qul hu Allahu ahad? What does the word ahad mean?
One.
Do you know?
Oneness.
Huh?
Oneness.
What? It doesn't mean one. It doesn't mean one. It doesn't mean oneness. Ahad does not mean one. The word for one in Arabic is wahad. And that word is used in the Quran a million times about Allah. Ahad does not mean one. Ahad means one of. That means Allah is one of what? Allahu ahad. You know, because that doesn't mean one. So if you, by saying that verse, it shows that you don't know what it means. And I know, huh? Uh,
Hello?
yes.
It's your wrong interpretation.
Okay. All right. I'm going to continue my subject here. It doesn't seem like you're responding. But the Quran does not
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Allah, Ahad, that verse that you told me, does not say Allah is one.
So,
Okay,
so
the verse
one
that you,
more verse from Surah
huh?
Baqarah. وَإِلَهُكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ الرَّحْمَنُ
Okay.
وَإِلَهُكُمْ
What
إِلَهٌ
verse?
وَاحِدٌ.
Do
It's
you
from
know?
Surah
Do you know
Baqarah.
what?
I don't remember the number, but it's there. One verse is there. وَإِلَهُكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا هُوَ الرَّحْمَنُ الرَّحِيمُ.
Okay, Quran. So, do you believe that? Do you believe the Quran is eternal? Do
What
you
do you
believe
mean
the
by that?
Quran? Do you believe the Quran is eternal?
What do you mean by that?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Eternal means it's uncreated.
It was Wahi, which was sent down upon Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him.
Okay, Surah Al-Imran. Okay. لا إله إلا هو والملائكة شهد Allah. Okay. I got a question about this verse, okay? I mean, this verse right here. Okay. I'm just curious why this verse says that Allah is testifying. Allah's testifying and saying there's no God except Him. You know have you seen this verse? The one that you were mentioning? Because it's a funny verse. It's a little bit funny. Because look what it says. It says, Allah witnesses there's no deity except Him. Shahid Allah innahu la ilaha illahu. Okay, so why is Allah bearing witness that there's no God but Him? I mean, is Allah a Muslim? Because Muslims are supposed to say this. Muslims are supposed to say, there's no God but Allah. But here it's saying Allah says it. So is Allah Muslim? Shahid Allah. You mean Allah bore witness that there's no God but Him? This
What
verse is just.
greater witness than Allah Himself? He's
It says,
witnessing. How much truth it has to be then? It's total truth.
okay, look what it says. Bears witness, Allah. Allah bears witness. Bears witness means that He sees something, okay? That there's no God but Him. Okay, Allah bears witness. I mean, that's what a Muslim is supposed to do, right? A Muslim is the one who says that there's no God but Allah. And so are you saying that Allah is a Muslim?
So who says to you that Allah cannot say this?
Yeah. It's just that, I'm not
You are,
really making a big
see, you are
I'm
mixing.
not making
Yeah,
a
that
big deal.
what I'm saying that you are mixing your views in the religion. No? Your
Huh?
views of Christian. You are mixing your views in religion. No? Your views or same views or CP views cannot be accepted. No?
Well, you don't know the Arabic, that's the problem, is that you don't
I
know the
don't want
Arabic.
to. I
You
don't
don't
want
want to,
to.
but the
Why
problem,
should
my
I?
friend, the problem, my friend, is that the Quran was only sent to Arabs. The Quran says that it was only sent to people who understand Arabic. That's what the Quran says. And so it wasn't sent to you. The Quran,
Okay.
Islam is not for you. Islam is only for Arabs. And as an Arab, I just want to say I don't want it. Okay. But the
Okay.
Quran says that Allah only sends a prophet to His people in His language. Okay. So it wasn't really sent for you. You're not supposed to be a Muslim. Okay. It's only for Arabs. Okay. Have you heard that before? I mean, somebody should have told you that, Let me just show you the verse, just so you know that I'm
Okay.
not making this up. Do you know the verse?
Okay.
Do you know the verse?
Even if it is, then also I don't need a Quran for that. I just Allah is sufficient for me.
You know, this
I
is what
don't
Allah
need.
says.
I don't need. I don't need Arabic language either.
Okay.
Neither does I need Arabic language, nor do I need Quran. Allah is
Well,
sufficient for me.
according to the Quran, you do. Well, you see that's the problem when you get mad at, like, you say that I don't, that I'm saying this and CP says this. CP speaks Arabic perfectly, and I'm not perfect, but I speak Arabic and I read it. And
he's
look,
a stupid guy.
and look what it says here. It says, "Uma arsalna min rasul illa bilisan qawmihi." That means we never sent a messenger except in the language of his people. That means that he wasn't sent to you. He was sent to the people who speak his language. The word lisan means tongue. It means language. Okay, that means that Allah, Muhammad was only sent to the Arabs. He wasn't sent to you. You're not supposed to be a Muslim. Okay, because this verse says that Allah never sent Muhammad to you. Okay, according to this, this is what Allah says. Say what you want.
What I'm saying, what I'm saying, give me one good reason to believe your interpretation. Why should I believe your interpretation? It's your interpretation.
This is Quran verse. It says, "We did not send any messenger except in the language of his people to state clearly for them." He wasn't sent to you. He was only sent to the Arabs. This is what it says right here. We did not, Allah didn't send him to you. Somebody else sent him to you. Maybe the internet, maybe, somebody else. But according to this, Allah did not send Muhammad to you. He only sent him to the Arabs. It says we never. He said in this version, Pickfall is even stronger. It says we never sent a messenger save with the language of his folk. Okay, his people. His people. In his language to his people. Muhammad was not sent to you. There's no reason you should be a Muslim. Okay, so just to kind of shed light on that for you. So anyway, so do you believe in the Hadith, Oster Jake?
What I'm saying, will you believe my interpretation of Bible that I will give you?
I don't. What?
So if you don't believe, then why should I believe your interpretations of Quran and Hadith?
I'm not giving you interpretation.
No. Sam also does the same thing. I have debated him multiple times. You people try to give interpretation to us. You are interpreting. Sam do the same thing. CP does the same thing.
Reading the Quran is interpretation. Reading the Quran is interpretation. I'm just reading it to you. It says so plainly, clear as day, Arabic and English. Muhammad was not sent to India. He was sent to the Arabs. And the Arabs, I am Arab, you're not. And as an Arab, I reject him. I don't want him. Okay. But he was sent to my people. He wasn't sent to your people. Okay.
And so, you know that hadith at the Khutbatul Wida, what did Muhammad say? To all the Sahaba, go and preach the Islam to whole world. You know that? He said at the Khutbatul Wida, Islam was sent for the whole world, and all the Sahabas were instructed to preach the Islam to the whole world. And most of the Sahaba, 90% plus, went away to each corner of the world to teach the Islam to the world.
Where does it say that?
It says, you don't know about Jumatul Khutbah? Khutbatul Wida in the last sermon of the Hajj. Last sermon of the Hajj.
Where does it say that? Where is it written? Is it written someplace?
Of course. I don't know the place it is written, of course. At the time of Khutbatul Wida, when Prophet Muhammad performed the last Hajj and last Hajj, and he told all his companions to go throughout the world and spread the Islam to every people, because it
Okay.
was sent for everyone.
Is it
Those
a
who were
hadith?
not present there, yeah, those
Is it
who
a
were not
hadith?
present, there until the day of Qiyamah, to teach Islam to
Okay.
everyone.
Is it a hadith?
So whether be it people in India, be it people in China, be it people in Taiwan, be it
Ostrich,
people in Hong Kong,
Tony,
be it in
يا
Brazil,
ضويي يا عمي ريحنا. Is it a hadith?
whatever it is, it is
Is it a hadith or is it in the Quran?
neither. This
It's a hadith, right?
Khutbatul Wida.
Because just because the
1 minute,
Quran is higher than the hadith, and the Quran says Muhammad was not sent for you. It's the
It's your
Quran that
myth.
says Muhammad was not
It's
sent
your
for you.
myth. It's
The
your myth.
Quran
What
says
that
no,
the verse?
no. The Quran says
1 minute.
Muhammad was
No,
only sent to the Arabs. That's what the
no,
Quran says.
it never
So
said.
hadith, when the hadith disagrees with the Quran, you
It-
reject the hadith and you accept the Quran.
Okay.
Okay. And so,
Show
and
me.
this is the
Show
case where
me.
the hadith disagrees with the Quran. The Quran says
Okay.
Muhammad is only sent to the Arab. He's only
Show me
sent
where
to.
it said he is not sent for India. He's not sent for
Not
China.
no,
Show
he's
me.
not
Show
sent
me.
to India.
Show me. Show me.
Not well. The Quran.
Where is
Well,
India
you know
mentioned in
what?
the Quran?
You know what? The thing is that the Quran says that Muhammad was only sent.
Rahmatullil
Do you
Alameen.
believe? Do you
Not only
believe the
world,
Quran?
but for the universe he was sent.
Do
He
you
was sent
believe the
also for
Quran?
Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mars,
He was sent to
Neptune,
Jupiter and
Pluto.
Mars. I believe that. I
Yeah.
do believe. No, I agree with you there. Muhammad was sent to Jupiter and Mars. I do agree with you about that. Okay, but that's just my own opinion. It's not. I don't have a hadith for it, but I do believe he was sent to Jupiter and Mars. Yes, dude. The Quran says he was only sent to his people in his language. He wasn't sent to you. He was only sent to the Arabs. That's what Allah says. If you know better than Allah, great, good for you, man. It's amazing that you're on my station, that you know more than Allah. But Allah sent Muhammad was only sent to the Arabs. Okay. And as a representative of the Arab, a duly representative, self-appointed representative of the Arabs, I say I reject Muhammad. I don't want him. Okay. But he was only sent to the Arabs according to Allah. That's what Allah said on the eternal preserved tablet, the Lawh al-Mahfuz. And I reject him. I don't want him. Okay. So if your hadith contradicts,
Welcome to the webinar.
Who said you
People
then?
enter that and attending in listen only.
you have
No,
somebody
then-
else talking there, and does that other person want to talk? It's hard to hear you, man. It's very hard to
1
understand
minute.
what you're saying. It's very hard to hear what you're saying.
It's ready.
Hello.
Then the voice.
If there's someone else there that wants to talk, it would be better because I'm having a real hard time understanding
And now-
ostriches.
Now it's okay.
It's about the same. But anyway, the Quran says that Muhammad wasn't sent to you. So, you can just relieve yourself of that problem. You don't have to worry about it, man. He wasn't sent to you. You don't have to understand Arabic or nothing. He was only sent to the Arabs who spoke his language, according to the Quran.
Okay. Okay.
You believe the Quran, right?
Okay. Okay. I am sent for you. Will you?
You
Okay,
believe
okay,
the
I am
Quran,
sent for. Okay, I am sent for you. Will you believe me? I am sent for you. I am sent for you. Will you believe me?
You're no. That's not what the Quran says. The Quran says that.
Forget
that
Quran. You are, as it is, you are not believing the
According
Quran.
to the Quran, you were sent. That means you're a Rasul.
Okay.
That means you're a
Okay.
Rasul. The
Okay.
Quran says that the Rasul has to come in the language. Okay, you don't
Okay,
speak
I am
my
in language of your. I am
And
speaking.
not
We
only
both are speaking English.
of the people, because it says
We
in
both are
his, to his
speaking
people. The verse of the Quran says that he's only sent to his people and his language. You are not
Okay.
of my people. You're not of my language. So you are not my
I am-
Rasul. Okay, but
I
I'm
am
surprised.
speaking
you're
English
calling
for you,
yourself a Rasul. So I'm
I
surprised.
am
you're
speaking
calling-
English now. I am speaking
mean-
English. You also
But
speak
this-
English. You can understand my language.
Listen,
You will
Ostrich,
not believe me
listen to what your Quran says. Listen to what your Quran says, okay? It says, we never sent a messenger save with the language of his folk, that means his people. His people. You're not of my people, okay? And you don't speak my
Who
language,
am I then?
okay? Okay, and you're not of my people. You're from India, okay? So Muhammad wasn't sent to you, and you were not sent to me, according to the Quran, according to Allah. Okay, so just you can go ahead and leave Islam, yes, but you can leave Islam because you see that's the difference is that Jesus was sent for everybody.
Yeah.
According to the Quran, Muhammad was only sent to the Bedouins. He was only sent to the Arabs, according to the Quran. But according to the Bible, Jesus came for the whole world. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. So Jesus was sent for everybody. But you're absolutely right. The Quran says Muhammad is only sent to the Arabs. So you're absolutely right about that. So thank you for pointing that out. And
who is the biological father?
I'm surprised you call yourself a Rasul. I'm surprised you call yourself a Rasul. You know what? You can go to hell in Islam for calling yourself a Rasul. You know that you're a definite kafir for calling yourself, but you're a kafir also because Aisha visits you. And so you know, Muhammad said nobody was supposed to be with his wife after he died. So you're disobeying Muhammad too. So anyway, let me continue my subject, Osterjag, okay? And I hope that you're going to leave Islam today. In Jesus' name, we pray that you will leave Islam today. So, okay, let's look for another reason why Muslims have the hadith like an albatross around their neck. They cannot get rid of it, no matter what they call themselves. Okay, okay? This is Imam Ahmad again. It says, "Whoever rejects the hadith of the messenger is on the brink of doom." Doom meaning he's on his way to hell. Okay. All right. Let's look at the number 3 reason why Muslims are stuck with the hadith no matter what. It says, whatever the messenger narrates from his Lord, it is obligatory to believe in it. Whatever he narrates from his Lord. Okay. And so you have to, whatever Muhammad says, and you know, we saw the verse. I read to you the verse. Remember the verse I said to you? Let me show it to you again. This verse right here. Nor does he speak of his own desire, but it is revelation. This is Quran says this. Everything Muhammad says is revelation. Everything Muhammad says is from his Lord. So you have to know what Muhammad says. Or else, you know, it's revelation. And if you reject it, according to this hadith, you are a kafir. Okay, whatever the messenger narrates from his Lord, and everything he says from his Lord, according to the Quran, everything Muhammad says is from his Lord, according to the Quran. It's wahi. Wahi. Wahi is the Arabic word. It means inspiration. It's revelation. Okay, so everything Muhammad says is revelation, you guys. And so Muslims have no ability to reject the hadith. They're stuck with it. I know the king of Saudi Arabia wants to burn them. I know Al-Azhar wants to burn them. I know Quran only Muslims want to burn them, but you're stuck with them according to the Quran. Okay, and here is Ibn Taymiyyah, one of the most highly regarded Islamic scholars, called the father of modern terrorism. Okay, this is what he says. Look, he says, it is obligatory to believe in it, whether we understand its meaning or not, because he is the most truthful, this Muhammad, of course, namely the prophet. Whatever it says in the Quran and Sunnah, that means the hadith, every believer must believe in it. Okay, so when you have people coming these days and saying, oh, I choose to reject the hadith, you don't have that option. You don't have, the Quran doesn't give you that option. Your scholars don't give you that option. You know, you're stuck with it. Okay, you're straddled with it. Okay. All right, let's look at the number 2 reason Muslims cannot get rid of the hadith. Okay. In all this, it is obligatory to follow the Prophet in compliance with the saying of Allah, which means whatever the messenger has given you, take, and what he has forbidden you, refrain from it. This is Quran. This is Quran. You can't just throw away the words of Muhammad. This is Quran 59:7. Let's look at it. Okay. Quran 59:7. Let's look at Quran 59:7. It says, and what Allah has restored to his messenger from the people of the towns, it is for Allah and for the messenger and for his near relatives. Restored meaning money. It's for Allah and Muhammad and his relatives, and the orphans and the needy too on the side. The stranded traveler, that will not be a perpetual distribution among the rich. And whatever the messenger has given you, take, and what he has forbidden you, refrain from, and fear Allah. He is severe in penalty. ما أفاء الله على رسوله من أهل القرى فلله ولرسوله والذي قريبين واليتيم والمساكين ابن السبيل, son of the road. Okay, so all right, but I want to get the verse. Oops, did I miss? Okay, there. You know, this is one of the strongest verses here. Okay, this is chapter 4:59. It says, "O you who have believed, obey Allah and obey the messenger." Obey Allah and obey the messenger. Okay, in Arabic, Ya ayyuha alladhi amanu ti'u Allah wa ti'u Rasul. So Allah and Muhammad are equal here. You gotta obey Allah and you gotta obey Muhammad. So they're equal according to this verse. Quran 24:54. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. Again, Allah and Muhammad are equal here. Ti'u kul, ti'u Allah wa ti'u Rasul. Okay, so if you obey him, you will be on right guidance. Okay, and let's read this 64:12. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. And if you turn away, our messenger is only clear notification. Rasulna al-Balagh al-Mubin. Clear, right? Absolutely. 592. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. Okay. Obey Allah and obey the messenger. So many passages making Muhammad equal to Allah, because you're supposed to obey Allah and obey the messenger. You don't have the choice, the option to say, I want to opt out of the Hadith. I want to opt out of obeying Muhammad. You don't get the choice. In fact, you don't have faith if you have any resistance to the words of Muhammad, according to the Quran. You don't even have faith. Okay? So never, I mean, look at this. Look what it says. Okay, but know by your Lord, they can have no faith until they make Muhammad judge in all disputes and find in them themselves no resistance against your decisions. Okay, so it's a serious thing. You can't just say, I don't want the Hadith. Can't do it. Can't do it and be a Muslim. Okay. In all of this, it is obligatory to follow the Prophet in compliance with the sayings of Allah, and whatever the Messenger has given you, take, and whatever he has forbidden you, refrain from. Okay. All right. Let's look at the number one reason. It's because Islam has been built on 5 pillars, testifying that there is no deity but Allah, Muhammad is the messenger, performing prayers, zakat, making pilgrimage to the house, and da-da-da. Okay, and fasting Ramadan. Well, you guys, where do you get these pillars from? You get them from the Hadith. Every Muslim knows the 5 pillars. Okay, but where do you get them from? Okay, you get them from the Hadith. You don't get them from the Quran. Okay, let me just show you this. This right here. The details of how to perform salah, prayer, were given by the Prophet through his words, the Hadith, and action, not in the Quran. You can't learn how to pray from the Quran. The Quran doesn't tell you how to pray. The Hadith does. This means that we would not know how to pray, how to fast, how to pay zakat, or perform Hajj without the example recorded in the Hadith. Indeed, all necessary details are given in the Hadith, not in the Quran. So if you don't have the Hadith, you can't pray, you can't fast, you can't Hajj, you can't zakat, you can't even say the Shahada. The Shahada is not in the Quran. The Shahada that Muslims say in order to become Muslim is not in the Quran. It's only in the Hadith. Okay? And then look at one. Let's look at this. 1b. Let's look at this. The teachings of Islam are based primarily on the Quran and the Hadiths. As we shall presently see, both are based on divine inspiration. Muhammad Hamdullah, Introduction to Islam. Okay? But you can't, and they're inseparable. And they belong to you, all of them. Everything Muhammad said belongs to you, Muslims. You can't get rid of it. You're stuck with it. Muhammad bin Salman, King of Saudi Arabia. The better thing, the easier thing is to leave Islam. You're not going to change it. You're not going to divest it of the Hadith, but you can leave Islam. You cannot change Islam. You cannot reform Islam, but you can forsake Islam. Okay, how to perform? Okay, let me just show you this last one. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. I heard the Allah's Messenger saying, if there was a river at the door of any one of you and he took a bath in it 5 times a day, would you notice any dirt on him? They said, not a trace of dirt would be left. The Prophet added, that is an example of the 5 prayers with which Allah blots out evil deeds. Okay, so here it's telling you to pray 5 times because the Quran doesn't tell you to do that. The Quran says 3 times, but the Hadith says 5 times, and Muslims pray 5 times. Why? Because of the Hadith. So there's no way to get rid of the Hadith. It's an albatross around your neck. You're stuck with it. So canceled his membership. Yes, praise be to God. Jesus canceled my membership. He came and delivered me. So let me look at some of the stuff that our brother Lewis sent us here. Okay. Quran 52:34. Let them produce a hadith like it, like the Quran. Okay. Therefore, let me deal with those who reject this hadith. We will lead them on whence they never perceive. Okay. Which hadith other than that do they uphold? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 times the Quran is called the hadith as well. So all right, you guys, there you have it. So anyway, we just wanted to share that with you tonight. Hotel Hadith. Welcome to the Hotel Sahih Hadith. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. I'm going to learn how to play that guitar lead. So, all right, you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. I didn't think it'd make it that long, but it did. Do we have any other Muslims who wanted to come on? I know we had Orthodox Moore was here, but he didn't come on. You know, Orthodox Moore is not like Osterjay. He is a very articulate. You know, he's very articulate and very. He really thinks about what he says. And so we just prayed for him to come to the Lord Jesus. Now he believes in the death and resurrection of Jesus. He believes Jesus died for our sins. He believes in the Trinity. So I don't think he's a Muslim. He says he's a Muslim. He's a Quranist Muslim. So see, how do I avoid being a kafir without rejecting Sahih Muslim? Dajjal is blind in the right eye, or Sahih Muslim, Dajjal. Oh my goodness. Well, you see, Houston Euler, I'm going to try to explain this to you because it's obviously is a very serious issue. And I think, you know what? I think he's blind in the right eye, but when he looks in the mirror, it's his left eye. Because when you look in the mirror and then your right eye is your left eye, I think that's what's happening here. So these are mirror hadiths. These are called mirror hadiths. So, when it says right eye in one and left eye in the other, it's because they're mirroring each other, especially Sahih Muslim and Sahih al-Bukhari. So, yes, thank you for pointing that. Oh, they're both in Sahih Muslim? Yeah, well, I tried, so. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for hanging out. Do we have any Muslims? You know what, you guys? There's this. I told you the mother of a friend of mine from 60 years ago or 80 years ago has been sending me stuff because she wants me. She's afraid, worried about me. She's Muslim. She's worried about me. She wants me to come back to Islam. I told her, come on, let's do a debate about Islam. And so she hasn't, I'm not sure she wants to come on, but it'll be good if she does, and I don't think she knows what Muhammad said about women, but anyway. All right. Do we have any other Muslims who want to come on? It's one last opportunity. Oops, what's this? When I asked about the contradictory hadiths, one of their students of knowledge was trying to say they were both. Oh, well, that makes sense. He's just blind. Okay, that makes sense. You see, he's just blind. The guy is blind. Okay. And then one hadith tells you he's blind in the right eye, and the other hadith tells you he's blind in the left eye. But he was blind in both eyes. Okay. He could have just said he's blind, like the Quran says many times. Okay. It says, but the hadith is progressive revelation. And so the first revelation is that the right eye was blind, and the second revelation is that the left eye is blind. In reality, he's just blind. Okay. But instead of telling you everything at once, instead of saying everything at once, he's blind, it just tells you he's blind in the right eye and he's blind in the left eye. So it's called progressive revelation. So yes, thank you. Actually, I was going to say that, by the way. So I already figured it out before this student of knowledge. So, yeah. And not know what it teaches. Well, most of them do. Most Muslims don't read and write. The illiteracy rate is very high in the Muslim world. And I mean, even my father did not. He was illiterate. He didn't know how to read and write. They only heard knew what they heard from the imam. And so, but they're very sincere. They're very sincere. I know you know this. They're very sincere in their faith, in their beliefs. And they believe 100% that they are right. And they want to convert Christians. I know that's the way I was, but, the Lord open their eyes and their hearts to know the truth in Jesus' name. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you for hanging out for a little while tonight. We'll go ahead and close up shop a little early here tonight. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. And you know what? I'm going to play one of my songs for you. This is one of probably my most famous song. Is it here? I think it's here. I don't know if I have the video I want to show you, because I made a video with this. It's corny as heck, but let's see. Oops. Okay. That's like let me see if I got the video that I did. Because I did a video about this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this is 2022. Okay. Okay, yeah, here it is. Cool. I got it. So, yeah, this is my song. It's called Everyone Wants to Be Free. So let me just put it on here for you.
Everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to be free. We did what we wanted and we wasted our days. Now we're eating the fruit of our ways. Everyone wants to live. Everyone wants to live. We took what we could, the evil, the good, and now we find that our hands are in chains. Eliana, the day I met you, I think I will always remember. You said that you longed and you wanted to be free, but felt that your life was surrendered to things that you never imagined would be. From everything from which you long to be free, from things that you never imagined would be. From everything from which you long to be free, because everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to be free. Wisdom upon the high places, from the high place of the city she calls. She mixes her wine and she calls all the time. Is there anybody listening at all? We loved our addictions and we cling to our fictions, and we love television and we got tunnel vision. We've been on this road and we know where it goes, but we just close our eyes like we don't want to know. But still everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to be free. Freedom, it comes from just one need not waste your time. The budding man lay between two criminals to die. He did it for others, he did it for me. He can heal a broken heart, make the blind eyes to see. He did it for others, he did it for me. He can heal a broken heart, make the blind eyes to see. Because everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to be free.
If you have ever wondered why dull apologists lie so much, it's because on a rare occasion that they tell the truth. This happens.
One of the reasons I accepted Islam was the scientific miracles. I'll be honest with you. And now we know that this whole scientific miracles was absolute nonsense.
You're going to have to repeat that.
That the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say.